If you're an avid outdoor sportsman, you'll find many hunting options in Logan County, Colorado.
Logan County the whole county's open to hunting. You can come out here and hunt anywhere. The biggest thing you need to be aware of is that it's pretty much all private property. And in Colorado, you have to have permission to enter private property. We do have some public. There's some state wildlife areas on the South Platte River. North Sterling State Park is some public hunting also. But basically, you can hunt almost anywhere. There's wildlife and game species anywhere in the county. There's everything from small game to big game. You know, pheasants, waterfowl, several kinds of ducks, from mallards to wood ducks. We get a really big migration, several types of geese. We get snow geese in through Logan County and Canada geese. All the way up through, we have mule deer, white-tailed deer, antelope, and we have some elk too every now and then that get taken out here on the plains. The Division of Wildlife works with landowners to increase habitat. Habitat is the key. If you're talking pheasants or deer or anything, habitat is the key. They have to have home, they have to have shelter, food. So we partnership with Ducks Unlimited, Pheasants Forever, a lot of these conservation groups, and we put money on the ground to make sure that there's habitat, so there's a lot of wildlife out there to be found. So what you're looking for is you're looking for these tree plots that Pheasants Forever puts in. You're looking for shallow wetlands that have been improved, and this is also on public and private. So that's what you're looking for. And we put a lot of time and effort in trying to make sure that there's habitat and food and shelter for those animals. When people first start hunting or when they come to this area, they have a tendency to think that it's going to be easy. You look at our landscape and, you know, most people are like, well, it's really flat. You know, and that's why a lot of people don't realize that we have deer out here, especially our mule deer. You kind of have to take in everything that's out there, you know. We do a lot of education with people. We'll try to teach them how to see game first, and that's, you know, you're going to see tracks on most animals before you're going to see the animals. So once you start seeing where they're at, then you can start finding them too and knowing their hours of movement and things like that. I would encourage people that are hunting to make sure that they visit our website or make sure they pick up our regulations brochures, because that's something that you really need to key in on what you're hunting. You know, is making sure you know when the season starts. It doesn't start the same day every year necessarily. Making sure that you know what the bag limit is, what your possession limit is, things like that. There are some species you can hunt year-round. Most of them have a season, and the majority of it starts September 1st. Mourning doves kicks us off. Then we have some teal hunting, and it's generally wrapped up by mid-January to the end of January, but there are a few species that you can hunt year-round. Coyotes open year-round, prairie dogs on private properties year-round. Hunting requires a lot of preparation. And I would say probably more than half of that is going to be just doing your homework, trying to find maps and doing a lot of studying and on what the habits of the animals are. There's kind of a saying out there that 90% of the animals that are taken by about 10% of the hunters, and that's really true. You find people that are really good at what they do, and that's because they've taken the time to study. They constantly work at getting better at what they do. And, you know, as a district wildlife manager, I spend a lot of time, especially with youth, trying to get them into that, because, you know, if you want to be successful, you have to learn. You have to learn from somebody that knows what they're doing, or you have to do a lot of studying. So that's one thing I really recommend to people, is that either you get with somebody that's successful or you ask them. I mean, I'm a passionate pheasant hunter, and I love teaching people how to hunt pheasants and be successful. And, you know, there's people out there that are the same way with mule deer or whatever the species is, and I would really suggest that you pick their brains and you study and you work with them, and that way you'll find a lot more success, and it'll be a lot more enjoyable to you. As a district wildlife manager, I have the exact same authority as a state trooper or a sheriff's officer. And most of the property out here is private property, and you have to have permission to go on that property. That being said, you also have to have a hunting license. Your buddy can't say, come on out and let's go pheasant hunting today. There's two major requirements that everybody has to have. You have to have a hunter safety before you can ever hunt. Everybody in the state has to have a hunter safety card. And then you have to purchase the proper license to go out and hunt as well. And that's probably our biggest violation, hunting-wise, is hunting without a proper and valid license. The second one is a loaded firearm in a motor vehicle, which really deals with safety. Almost every one of our accidents and nearly all of our fatalities occur within about 7 feet of a vehicle. And that's because when people get done hunting or before they get ready to go hunting, they have those guns loaded around their vehicles, so it's really dangerous. So that's a really big violation, and that's one that we don't let slide at all. So for more information, if you would like to get a hold of us, you can stop by our brush office at 122 East Edison, or you can call 970-842-6300. And our website has just an amazing amount of information. Education, if you want to learn about wildlife, if you want to get all the rules and regulations, and that's wildlife.state.co.us. And I'd encourage you to go there, and you can find out pretty much anything you want. I'd also encourage you to call a district wildlife manager like me, and I'd be glad to talk to you and give you all the information I can.